All right, we are live. Barstool Units, episode 35, the week of September 23rd. I'm Coach Doug's. With me, as always, the Honorable Frank the Tank Fleming. Frank, I haven't seen you in a while. How's it going?
It's good. One thing you can say about Barstool units, it's rapidly effective service.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault, Frank. I mean, it is your fault, but it's not your fault. For those who don't understand the reference, it's a brand new reference. Um, on the way back from Boston, we'll talk more about the trip to Boston. But on the way back, we're raw dogging. I'm basically, Frank's chauffeur, his driver on the highway, so that everyone is safe, including himself. And he decided to pick a hot dog place that was, maybe 20 minutes out of the way or so. Not a problem. 20 minutes off the highway to get some content, to do a hot dog review, maybe find a nice, needle in the haystack, maybe a great place in Connecticut. So we drive 20 minutes out of the way, and it is a closed building with a hot dog cart that is not in service. And I say, Frank, what's going on here? We look at the Google reviews. There's one picture of the outside. There was no pictures of hot dogs or anything on Google. So a normal Google review has pictures of the inside. People take pictures and post it. There's pictures of the food, and so he read off one comment. And Frank, I'll let you tell the fans here what that comment
Let me see if I
that
can
you
look up this comment.
100%.
I mean, it just was. Yeah,
Yeah, that
we
sounds
did.
like a great place.
We did 4 reviews on the way to Boston, and it here it is. This place is amazing and spacious. The meals was delicious, and the prices were very reasonable. They had rapidly effective service and a very personal staff members. I highly recommend this place. And that's a guy named Lance Pedigo.
Yeah, Frank, that is a bot. That I don't know if that's a paid review or if that's just some service they have. Rapidly effective service. And the building was spacious because nobody was in it.
It was outside. It was a cart.
So
Well,
yeah, so
it just was.
rapidly effective.
We were able to shoot 4 reviews. We shot two, one in Connecticut, two in Rhode Island, one in Boston before going to the Red Sox game. And yesterday we went to Vermont briefly because we wanted to see Vermont. Got some nice Vermont maple syrup. Whenever I make waffles again, I'm sure I'll use that. Nice little bottle, expensive, but we
Yeah,
got Vermont maple syrup in Vermont, and it says on the bottle, ingredient Vermont maple syrup,
yeah,
nothing else.
that's it.
I mean, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, just going there was worth scratching Vermont off my list of states I've never been to.
Yeah, and I was able to use the
I've now
car
been in every. I've now been in every state that's east.
on like pretty much on the east. You still have to hit Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee,
Yeah,
right? And maybe
yeah, but those
Kentucky.
are those are central city. Those are central states. Those are not in the eastern time zone.
So they have parts that are in central, but they also have parts in eastern.
Really? Hmm.
Tennessee,
I know Tennessee. I know Tennessee does.
yeah.
Tennessee does,
I
and
imagine
I've never
Kentucky,
hit Tennessee.
I imagine Kentucky does as well. Um, Louisiana doesn't. Mississippi might. Alabama might.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the entirety of Alabama is in the central time zone. In fact, the part of Florida that's in the central time zone,
Yeah,
the line just goes straight from the Alabama border down.
yeah. It's right there. It's right there in the Panhandle, like Pensacola area. But well,
Yeah,
so yeah, so one bad. But like I said, it's not your fault, Frank.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not your fault.
I just got shook. I There's the 2 places I was looking to go to in Springfield. Both were going under renovations.
Yeah, it's just bad timing. Bad timing.
It's
But
it was just bad timing. Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, there's this place called White Hut that's like closed, and then there's another place that's like resurfacing the parking lot will be closed September 21st and September 22nd. I
yeah,
mean, just bad timing.
it's bad timing. But like I said, Frank, it's not your fault. I was the driver. I was the captain. I listened to you. I should have questioned it, but So it's my fault. It's not
Well,
your
you got to
fault.
admit the four other places I found were unique,
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, and that's the whole
and
thing. You got to go to places.
one of them was stands above the rest.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
It's on this location alone.
yeah, and then they'll figure that out when the reviews start coming out. I
When
mean,
the
that's
reviews start coming out, I got my editor. He must feel like the guy that's like he's got the inbox like up to here. He gets
yeah,
one done, he feels good, and all of a sudden he turns around and then there's the inbox is getting higher and higher.
yeah. You're a content machine, Frank. You're putting
Oh,
out too much.
I love doing this. And if I reviewed hamburgers, Lois's lunch would have been
Lewis.
Lewis's lunch. I don't know why I keep calling it Lois.
Well, that's for about 10 minutes. You were calling it Libby's, and so
Well,
I'm trying to drive through Connecticut, and I'm like, Frank, Libby's is in New York. I don't know what you're talking.
there was a Libby's lunch in Patterson that closed last year. I actually reviewed that place. I guess that place kind of like got subliminally put in my head. I miss Libby's lunch. I went there just before it closed. Did a good hot dog review. 80-year-old institution gone.
Why'd they close?
They apparently weren't paying their taxes for like 10 years, and the city basically said that we could use that land. Probably going to put up some mixed use. It's by the Patterson Falls, and if you ever been to Patterson, Patterson is not a great city. I mean, it's kind of a dump in most places, but in the middle of this just like congested urban center, just out of just like nowhere, is this waterfall. That I think the only waterfall on the eastern seaboard, east coast, that's larger is Niagara Falls.
Really? All right. Well, maybe we'll have to check that out when I get back up there. Well, we
Yep,
left.
I'm buying a drone soon too.
I
just got to learn how to use the drone.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like when my grandmother bought a Palm Pilot. My grandmother bought a Palm Pilot. She's like, I have a Palm Pilot. Can you show me how to use it? And I was like 12, and I'm like, I don't know how to use this. I'm like, that's how I feel like you're using this technology, and you're gonna
I'm fucked with
right into Newark
technology.
traffic.
Technology hates me.
Yeah, that drone is gonna go straight into those Patterson Falls.
But my regular cameraman, Justin Dolan, he uses a drone. But I figured if I had a drone, I could get some of those shots even when he's not available to shoot for me.
Yeah, as long as there's somebody else that can operate the drone.
Well, he's supposed to teach me.
Well, I'm sure it's not that difficult. I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Yeah, he says I'm trying to find a drone that's like easy to use.
Yeah, something like I can figure it out.
Yeah.
In the sense,
no. Here's the thing. Something a kid can figure out, we can't use that.
It's too much.
No. Something a kid knows how to use. We need to find something that the grandmother knows how to use.
Yeah.
A kid can figure out how to run a fucking drone in like 5 seconds. Oh, it's easy. Yeah. No. We don't want something a kid knows how to use. I mean, did you see that when we played basketball last week? I didn't know how to use the fucking controller. I mean, we're playing NBA 2K, and I couldn't throw the ball in the fucking river. I mean, it was embarrassing. Yeah. I'm probably the worst player at fucking NBA 2K. I sucked at Madden on that. It's like these newfangled controllers. Give me the Intellivision. Give me the Atari joystick. I mean, the NES, I could use that. It only had like a couple of buttons. But now they have these like 7,000 buttons. They have buttons underneath. They have buttons on the side. They have 2 buttons here. They have 2 joysticks here. I mean, where the fuck did that all come from? I mean, yeah, the Intellivision. There's a controller. The Atari, the Atari 2600. That's what I fucking played.
Well, you need to bring that into the I don't know what do they call that room there, the game room. Game time room. You need to bring that in there. Just bring Atari, and maybe, who knows? Maybe you'll whoop some people on Pong.
Pong. My reflexes are kind of slow for Pong. You know what I would do good in?
Hype you up, Frank. I'm trying to hype you up.
RBI baseball.
Yeah.
RBI baseball. 19. That was on the NES system. The RBI baseball, or I could play Burger Time. That was on the Intellivision system.
Is that where you had to make the burger?
Well, you're a chef. You're trying to make a burger, and you run across the platform. And you go upstairs, and you drop the hamburger patties, the tomato, the lettuce, and all. In the meantime, bacon, eggs, pickles are running after you, and even
Okay.
hot dogs are running after you, and you have to like throw like pepper to make them sneeze, and then you run as if they're sneezing, they don't touch you, and then you run up top of them, and you drop a bun on them, and it crushes them.
So it's kind of like Donkey Kong, like the
Yeah,
arcade
sort of
Donkey
something
Kong.
like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Burger. That was a hell of a video game. Burger
Uh,
Time on the Intellivision video game system.
yeah. The reason I know of that game is because I've seen a couple videos where that's apparently very expensive. Like if you try to get that game, like the original game, it's apparently very expensive.
Uh, wouldn't you like to go back to 30 years ago when your television system's broken and, well, what am I going to do with this now? I'm just throw it out. Fuck.
Yeah.
I had Night Stalker. Night Stalker. My father who hates computers loved Night Stalker, and it was
Yeah.
like you had like six guns, and then after you fired your guns, you had to go find a new gun, and you're being chased by ghosts, robots, bats. Bats don't kill you. Bats just stun you, and then the robot will come and kill you. I mean, it was like,
And then you die.
yep. And then you had to like shoot. You said shoot the robot. You had to shoot the robot twice. It's like got like monsters, and you're like going around the maze trying to get them to chase you, shoot
Yeah.
you. And there's like one robot that has like a shield on it. You had to like shoot the robot shield 3 times to break its shield, and then you finally shot it, and you blew up the robot.
I'm sure that's a pretty exciting game in like 1992 or something.
No, more like 1982.
Well, we'll have to get some old school games in there in the game time room for you.
Castlevania. There was a game I kicked ass in.
Was that on N64?
No, that was in the original NES.
The original NES.
Now there were like Castlevania 1, Castlevania 2,
Oh,
Castlevania
okay.
3.
Yeah.
And I think maybe there was a Castlevania 4 on Super Nintendo and
Yeah.
later versions.
Yeah. We'll have to get some retro games in there, but well, we had a fun trip. I mean, I'm back in Jack's now, but what we left Monday. Got a couple, like you said, got a couple good hot dog reviews, and like I said, it's not your fault that went to that last place. You have to go. You have to make those 20-minute drives because there's a chance that place was open and it was fantastic. You never know, so you got to take those little detours.
Hey, I'm batting 80%. There were 5 places I went looking at, and one just didn't pan out.
Yeah, no, well, like I said, you got to go to those places just to make sure.
And
that
I kept looking on my map. I just couldn't. They kept throwing these other places. I just couldn't find a spot yesterday. It was just like so frustrating. And these 2 places that looked good in Springfield, both were closed. There was one that looked good that was in Holyoke, Massachusetts, but that's north.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to go north. I didn't want to send you north, so I wanted to go something south.
Yeah.
And that's how I came up with Whoop-de-Doo hot dogs.
Yeah. Well, whoop-de-doo, they're closed, or they weren't open when we went through.
But you know what? It was a fun trip.
Yep.
One of these days you have to see. One of these days I want to get to Maine. I've been to Maine, but they have these hot dogs, and there's got to be a place that sells them at a location, at a restaurant. They're called Maine Red Snappers,
Mm-hmm.
and they were sent to me. Someone actually sent me a frozen package of Maine Red Snappers, and they have red food dye in it. They are red. They are red hot dogs.
Okay, so it's not a specific meat or anything. They purposely put dye in it to make it red.
So they said, and the best way to cook them is to boil them. Dirty water dogs.
Yeah, I boil hot dogs all the time.
Yeah, so do I. It's not my preferred method, but I do boil hot dogs, and the water turns red.
Yeah.
When you boil these, that's how
real dirty water.
Yeah, so it's like, and these are like a Maine specialty. This is like something you go to Maine, you have to get a Maine Red Snapper, and of course New Hampshire. But I've now seen every state in New England. I don't have the highest opinion of Rhode Island drivers.
Yeah, it was wild for such a small state. We ran into so many bad drivers.
And
That was
then
I
we go to,
think that's what
and
got
then
me.
we're trying to get to Fenway Park, trying to find parking, and that jackass tried to make that U-turn on a street where traffic's blocked in every direction.
Yeah, that was Boston traffic around Fenway. There really weren't any. There weren't any major parking garages. There was like a parking garage for a hotel. There was
And
like a parking lot.
one day soon, I'd like to go to Fenway Park, do a full review of the stadium, walk around the stadium. That's the one thing we didn't get a chance to do.
Yeah,
Yes, we got there too late to do it.
yeah.
I'll put
Well,
out. I'm going to put out the hot dog review. I will put out as just like an aside review. It's not going to do a full stadium review.
yeah,
I have my editor working on stadiums that we've been to: Wrigley, Guaranteed Rate Field, PNC,
yeah.
Camden Yards, and I'm going to try to do even more of these ballparks one of these days. I
Well, I
mean,
mean, the season's coming
it's
to an end now, but next season, I mean, we've
yeah.
got
Oh,
it. I
next
mean,
season.
we're already,
Well,
we're at 25% of the stadiums right now, aren't we? Almost
yeah,
25%.
yeah. I did a good
In a month
review.
and a half.
I think I did a fairly good review with TJ at Tropicana Field. But you know
Mhm.
what? I'm going to do more, and uh, I'm not 100% going to do it yet, but I think I'm going to do it. The Dolphins have and their season's in trouble right now, but that's beyond the point.
15 more games, Frank.
But yeah, but we've now got Jacoby Brissett starting for us. And if he gets hurt, it's Jarrett Stidham. You know what they, yeah, next to the word in the dictionary, next to the word quarterback, you have no chance winning. He's going to be Nathan Peterman bad if he ever gets in the game. In fact, he'll make Nathan Peterman look like Dan fucking Marino. He will be.
Didn't Peterman come in the game?
What?
Is Peterman still playing?
I think he's actually third string with the Raiders or something.
That's yeah. I think he was about to come in, or he almost came in the other night.
But he sucks, and Jared Stidham sucks. Jared Stidham will be so bad. Jared Stidham will be so bad. He will actually. The Dolphins will actually. If the Dolphins have 10 points on the boards, when he leaves the game, they'll have 0 points on the board. He'll actually be He'll have negative points.
Somehow he'll find a way.
I mean, the Dolphins this year, this week are absolute fucking toast in Vegas. The Raiders are a good team.
Yeah, how do you think I'm back in Jacksonville? I'm probably going to go to the game on Sunday. We're playing the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray is going to run up and down the field on us.
I did my picks this week. I said that the Kyler Murray in his third year is one of the most exciting players in the league.
Yeah,
Maybe in
he's
2
he's
years.
fun to watch. He's fun
Maybe
to
in
watch.
2 years. Maybe in 2 years, Trevor Lawrence will be there. He's not there now, and I picked the Cardinals to basically win the game big.
Really? Okay. Well, now I feel good about the Jaguars.
Well, I'm being nice. I'm not gonna call Trevor Lawrence a bust yet. I'm not. It's unfair.
I don't think you. I mean, look at James. I mean, obviously, last week didn't look too great, but I mean, the O line was.
But I think the Urban Meyer hire was just a big mistake. Like even bigger than taking you to having you go to Whoopie Do hot dogs.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's like I said. I said in my recap after the game Sunday. That was my one concern with Urban Meyer was that he doesn't have a great track record of sticking around if the team is losing. And if you're talking about, the Jaguars in general, much less with a rookie QB, I don't know how long he'll last. And we were going to get
right now. I think he's in his.
anyway.
I think when the coaches are away, whenever he goes to the bathroom, he's going, "Fight on for USC. Let's go for USC. Fight on," or whatever the fuck their song is. I hate USC.
Well, I feel the exact opposite. I love USC.
Those stupid band with the fucking Trojan helmets.
How dare you? How dare you? I'm a big fan of the Trojans. Fight on, obviously.
Well, I'm a Notre Dame fan, and that's our arch rival.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah,
I mean, I don't like Michigan. I don't. There's a lot of schools I don't like. I hate USC. Anytime USC loses, I'm happy.
That's fair. Now, okay, so this brings up a question, and I don't know how I feel about it with FSU in Florida. If Notre Dame, what would you rather have? Would you rather have Notre Dame? I'm sorry. Would you rather have USC win every game except lose to Notre Dame, or lose every game except to Notre Dame? No, hold on. Scratch that. You get what I'm saying? And so basically, if FSU, would you rather USC lose every game or win every game? But now, Frank, you've gotten in my head, Frank. So FSU,
Would you
Florida,
rather, in other words, if Florida State goes 1-11 this year, but that
the
one
one
win is
team they
against
beat.
Florida,
If
is
if
Florida.
if that is the one team they beat, and Bobby Bowden didn't say this exactly. He was talking about a national. He was talking about whether the Seminoles would win a national title or beat Florida. We'd have to choose beating Florida.
Wow.
and that was, so that's the whole thing. So would you rather USC win every game except for lose to Notre Dame, or would you rather have them just lose every game?
Lose every game.
Yeah. Because when you beat them, you don't care about them at all. Because like when we beat Florida, I want Florida to be good so that I can say we beat you when you were good.
No,
I don't care if
I
they're
just
trash.
hate USC.
Yeah,
I remember one of the great games. I think it was '96, and Florida State had an okay season.
Florida State beat Florida. Florida State beat Florida in the regular season.
And it was like, and they actually no, they beat them in a bowl game. They actually had a rematch in the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Florida State beat Florida in the regular season. They had a rematch, and UF won the national title that year.
I'm thinking of a different year then.
96.
Yes, yeah, and I think that the regular season game was
FSU
and it was like a real Florida State came out of nowhere, rally, fourth quarter rally, wasn't it?
That I'm not too sure. I just know they beat them, and then we had to play them again in the national title, and UF won.
That's been a great rivalry for it. Danny Werfel was there, if I'm not mistaken, at the time.
That was Danny. Yeah, Danny Werfel won the Heisman. That was 96.
But let me see what year that was.
It was 96.
Yeah, it was. 96. Yep. Yep, and yep, you're right. I had it reversed in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, watch out, Frank. I'm coming for you in trivia.
I had it reversed in my head.
That's your UF question. I've got it covered.
I had that reversed in my head. I thought it was. I thought Florida State ended up getting a tie, and then they played again.
No. We beat them outright. And then UF, I want to say it was like 52-14 or something.
It was ugly.
Yeah. But anyway, we drove.
The game, of course, sucked. The Mets just have quit on the season, and yet Luis Rojas is going to keep his job. I don't understand how they could keep him around.
I had to call it out. We were up there. We had great seats. Thank you, Jared Carabas.
Terrific seats.
Amazing seats.
Yeah. I think Jared Carabas actually might be the mayor of Boston, and we just don't know yet.
Everybody
the mayor of Fenway.
Yeah, everybody knows
him. At least the mayor of Fenway.
Yeah, I mean, he was, and he's talking to everybody. He's talking to players. He's talking to ladies. He's talking to
Miss Rhode Island.
Miss Rhode Island, USA. There was another lady there.
He was talking to Kevin Pillar.
Yeah, there was another lady there as well, but I don't know who she was because she wasn't wearing a sash.
She might just be a friend of Miss Rhode Island.
Maybe. But yeah, so everybody loves Jared. Got us great seats. I could not believe – I had to call it out. I was calling it out. I was yelling it. Pete Alonso tried to either fist bump or shake the hand of the catcher after getting tagged out at home.
You know why
That
that
was
is?
I mean, we've been joking. We have been joking about how little league celebrations and everyone's cheering and everyone's high-fiving each other, no matter whether you're losing or not.
Yeah,
And then and then
I
he goes and does that. And it's like, and obviously I don't think he was thinking about it. I don't think he didn't get up and say, like, go to shake his hand. But the catcher put his hand out as if like, are you okay? Because like he hit him in the head. But like his initial reaction, like his first reaction was just like, oh, he's
that's basically
we're gonna
Rojas is romper room. He wants participation trophies.
it's a bad mindset when that's your initial reaction is, oh yeah, let me shake the hand of the person that just outed me, that just
Now
tagged me.
we saw a real trophy on Wednesday. We saw the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Yeah,
You still have to send that picture to me, by the way.
I thought I did. I'll send it to you. I sent you one. I'll make sure I'll send it. Oh, I sent the one outside where you were sitting outside. But yeah,
But yeah,
we've gone to Canton, we've gone to Naismith. Um, we got to go to Cooperstown. Got to go to Toronto, and I don't know why I didn't even think about it. St. Augustine, World Golf Hall of Fame.
yeah, we have to. We were actually by the Tennis Hall of Fame too.
Is that also in Massachusetts?
No, Rhode Island.
Hmm. Well, we'll I'm sure we'll get to that sooner or
Now,
later.
the
But
one
yeah,
thing I got to say is the Hall of Fame was good. I'm just stunned that they don't have plaques for the players. They just have a
yeah,
computer to look up every player, and they have the players' names on the wall. They
yeah.
had
That was
used to have they used to
they're
have
etched in glass, but it's not really.
they used to have pictures hanging,
Yeah,
and they took those pictures down because I guess they got too many players and they were running out of space, so they decided just to do this. They
yeah.
need to put plaques up, personally.
It's a lot of space.
Well, then how about the not running out to Cold Stone Creamery and the bank there? I mean, where he entered, it looked like a strip mall. Now,
Yeah,
that's apparently the back of the Hall of Fame. I actually saw a picture of the front of the Hall of Fame. It actually looks impressive in the front.
yeah. Well, I mean
Yeah,
that was yeah. There was another entryway. Maybe you should go through the garage, but it
yeah,
was it
and you
was
get to
fun.
see that tower that has the basketball on it and the
Yeah,
dome on the other
yeah.
side. And of course, this Hall of Fame is only about 20. This building's only 20 years old. It's been it just got renovated again. The former Hall of Fame is now LA Fitness.
That checks out. That checks
I
out.
mean, it. I just think the Basketball Hall of Fame deserves more reverence. I
Yeah,
mean, I just walking through the bust in Canton,
yeah,
and when you get a chance to go see the plaques in Cooperstown, there's nothing like it.
yeah. It's hard to compete. I mean, once you see the bust in Canton, you're like, this is how it should be.
And
That's
the basketball
it
Hall of Fame it should be better. I'm not saying I'm
was very
disappointed.
nice. No, it was a very
It's a nice
nice.
it's a nice museum for basketball. It just should be. I'm just saying it should be better.
It does. Yeah, it's a nice museum. However, it does not really showcase the actual Hall of Famers.
No,
Like it doesn't actually showcase who the Hall of Fame. Like there's a list of them by year, but that's nothing in comparison to walking through the Hall of Bust in Canton.
nothing like it.
Yeah. Well, when you come down here, we'll get you down to St. Augustine. We'll go to the World Golf Hall of Fame, and the
And
Murray. They have the Murray Cat Shack.
of course, what you say is the oldest fort in America.
Yes, that was. I actually looked it up. Fort Independence is the oldest English fort.
Yeah,
In
that's what it must be.
It's the oldest English fort. The fort in St. Augustine is like 550 something years old, which I
Yeah,
think that was before America. Yeah,
yeah. And what it is it's the oldest American fort, and we didn't take over St. Augustine until after 1799.
mm,
And
yeah,
this is a fort that goes back to the colonial days. And since we didn't purchase it from the Spanish yet.
yeah. Yeah, it's a but it was a cool fort and everything. It's right there by the bay. Beautiful, shots. I'm telling you, I got a great shot when you're biting into that hot dog at Sullivan's. The birds are flying right over your head. It's a great shot.
Well, hopefully my editor gets to look at it and is impressed too.
Yeah. But yeah, so well, we drove back last night. Was stopped in at Lewis's Lunch in New Haven, right?
New Haven, Connecticut, yes.
Small little place, maybe 10 people can sit in there and eat at one time. They invented the hamburger like 126 years ago. That size of the place is not unit friendly, but the hamburgers they make were. The hamburgers were pretty good. And then I got a message. I had a buddy down in Jacksonville who said he needed a wingman for Thursday night football. Apparently he's taking a lady out and he needed somebody to go with him. So I said, all right, I'll drive down to Florida. So I drove through the night. I woke up this morning at a Love's. It was a very nice little 3-hour nap. And I got a quote tweet from the Hartford Yard Goats. # not our coach. And I honestly was genuinely surprised. I was like, what did I do? Like I literally just took a picture of myself outside the stadium wearing the hat. I think it's cool. It's a cool logo. It's a cool hat. It's a nice park. We checked it out and it said not our coach. And there was nothing else to it. It was just not our coach. And I'm like, so there's no reasoning or anything. It's just, and for half an hour, I'm trying to think, is this a trend that I don't know about? They clarified that they weren't trying to be, I guess negative or anything. They were just talking about how they like their current coach so much, but it was a big miscommunication on their part. It came across as if like, we don't want anything to do with him. And I'm like, that's just mean, but miscommunication.
Yeah, that was disappointing to see them. I'm glad that they clarified that.
Yeah, it was a miscommunication. So I will be hanging on to my hat, which I'm happy about because I paid like $40 for it. So it would have been tough. I would have had to have done it if they would have. If that would have been not a miscommunication, I would have had to have given away the hat. So I'm glad we got it cleared up. But yeah, we stopped stopped in Norwich, Connecticut, so they're the Norwich Sea Unicorns. I get why they're the Sea Unicorns because like the name, but just for alliteration purpose, I think they should be the Norwich Norwalls, just for alliteration.
Yes, I love alliteration.
Yeah. But yeah, so I got a couple minor league hats, but I'm back in Jacksonville now. I drove through the night. Like I said, I stopped in Love's for a few hours.
Where'd you get to last night when you stopped in Love's?
I don't even know. I think I was in North Carolina.
Ooh, you made it far.
We came. Yeah, well, we came from Boston, so I don't even know how many hours I was driving yesterday because we left Boston. Hit New Jersey, and then I just started driving. It was I want to say it was 14 or 15 hours total from Jersey to Florida.
Yeah, I saw you plotting your route. Yes, last night.
Was like 6 hours or 4 hours from Boston to New Jersey.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. So I think in the last 24 hours, I drove 20 hours.
Yeah, but yeah, you're killing it on the road.
Yeah, I've got I don't know how much more my Tahoe can handle it. Might have to. But I am going to leave it down here. I'm going to try and sell it when I finally find my place in Hoboken.
When you come back, unless you want me to drive, you could
nope,
the driver's seat for my my Hyundai Santa Fe.
That's not a problem at all. I will absolutely do that. But yeah, so I'm down here in Jacksonville. I might go to the FSU game. It's a home game in Tallahassee, so might go to Tallahassee on Saturday.
What are they playing? They're playing UMass this week, right?
No. I don't think they play UMass till later on. I think they might be playing Louisville.
They got to win one of these games.
I think both my teams are playing Cardinals this weekend.
They got to win one of these games.
Law of averages says so, but They lost to Jacksonville State, and then if they would, here's the thing: if they would have competed against Wake Forest, if it wasn't such a blowout like it was, then I could say, hey, like they learned their lesson, they're coming back. But to lose to Jacksonville State and then not even compete against Wake Forest, I mean, you know how like when you say the season's over and like that's kind of how I feel for FSU. I'm still going to watch the games. They're going to, they're still my teams. I'm still going to cheer for them. I'm not going to purposely try and be negative or anything, but I mean, the season's pretty much over. I would be surprised if they beat UMass.
Oof.
I would be surprised if they. It's just, I mean, they lost to Jacksonville State, and it was like they said they didn't do anything against Wake Forest to make me.
They didn't play bad against Notre Dame. I mean, what?
I don't know. I don't.
I
It's
have
one
a
of the
bad feeling Notre Dame's going to lose this week anyway.
What is? Yeah, you can't do this team played this team and they played the. You can't make that. You can't connect so many dots. It just doesn't make it. It just doesn't make sense. And any given Saturday, I guess. But I'm down here in Jacksonville.
I'm looking at the schedule. They play UMass on the 23rd of October.
Of October, yeah. I was going to say today's 23rd. But yeah, I believe they play Louisville. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
Well, as I said, I'm planning on doing the Miami double play November 7th and 11th.
Well, that's coming up in just over a month here.
Yep, I'll probably try to see about how I could spend a couple days in South Florida.
Yeah. Now, is that a Sunday night and then Thursday, or Thursday night and then Sunday?
Sunday night and Thursday.
Sunday night, yeah. So, well, let me know. I mean, hopefully I'm up in Hoboken by then, and we can either drive down or fly down, but yeah, come back on down to Miami.
We'll figure that out in October.
We'll figure that out exactly. Yeah, and Sydney Wells contacted me. She's in Chicago. We're planning our little hunting trip. Apparently in Illinois, if you're a first-time hunter, you can just kind of get I guess an apprentice license or something like that. So I'll be going out to Chicago, to hunt some ducks. And
I'm ready to hit the road. I'm just ready to hit the road. I love being on the road.
Hit the road, Frank. I just drove 20 hours.
Yeah, I know. I love hitting the road, though. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about it. There's so many hot dog places. There's so many different sodas. There's so many different baseball teams.
Different states. I mean, it's amazing.
And well, I mean, and like I did for minor league baseball, I'm all about it for hockey as well. I want to see.
We got to hit the Adirondack Thunder, of course. They're the Devils affiliate.
Got to go. I want to go to Greenville Swamp Rabbits. Got the Jacksonville Icemen. We got the Orlando Solar Bears. I mean, there's so many ECHL teams, but yeah.
Utica Comets.
Yeah. So but we'll be doing a lot of traveling. I'm just so tired, Frank. I'm so tired. It's been a long.
Yeah, I need a couple of days rest too, but
yeah.
I'm ready to hit the road again.
Give me like 2 or 3 days to resettle, watch a few football games, and I'll be ready to hop in the driver's seat again. But yeah, so that's Barstool Units. Frank, please take us out.
On the road again. Gee, I can't wait to get on the road again. Going many places that I've never been, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Seeing all the different places I've never seen. Going raw dogging. And I'll see where I'm going to go very next. Soon I'll hit all 50 states. Because I'm going on the road again. You know what I can't wait for? Motherfucking Alaska. Could you imagine this? How about this one? Raw dogging units in Hawaii. Click like and subscribe. And aloha to next week. We'll do raw dogging. We'll go to one a luau.
That's Barstool Unit. See you guys next time.